What's going on, everybody? Welcome to your daily astrology horoscope for Tuesday, April 23rd, 2024. We got a full moon in Scorpio, big T square to Pluto in Aquarius. Welcome. Hope everybody's doing well. Hope you're feeling good. Hope you have a great day. Um, high energy full moon. In fall position of Scorpio, square the dispositor of Scorpio. It's yeah, it's just not a happy moon. -4. Venus, dispositor of the North Node, not super happy, and it's a detriment of its own. We got Mercury stationed, day and a half away from going direct. So there's a lot of parts that we're going to talk about to this big opposition. The first lunation after a solar eclipse that was in Aries, of course. So it's heightening some of the stuff from the eclipse, of course, but it's also shifted into different energies, into the fixed energies of Taurus and Scorpio, and we're trying to kind of slow things down. We're trying to get our values in order here, get things in alignment. We're trying to create. We're trying to see how beautiful the reality we live in is. Trying to really build up, capacity in life right now, and it really is. It's manifesting. It's forging. I keep that word's like important. Like, what are we forging, creating, building, and almost like a swordsmith. Like we're sharpening, a lot. And I think that this Pluto square is definitely bringing up some of that sharpening. It's bringing a lot of edge, especially in Aquarius. So there's this like very sharp, very intense, very deep underlying, you know, emotion to an already high emotion day, right? Full moons bring all the emotion out. And it's Scorpio, so it's bringing a lot of the stuff, a lot of the hidden stuff up. You know, there's like a little bit of trickster energy, a lot of people stuff with Pluto and Aquarius, our relationships. We got a south node in Libra. The moon was with that just yesterday and the day before. And Venus, of course, is not happy either. So it's not that it's not happy, it's just so self-focused right now, and there's so much resistance when it comes to the exterior and people in our lives and like how we get, there could be a lot of holdups to getting what we want because there's external blocks or things that have to be dealt with or emotions in regards to people, in regards to this future we're trying to build for ourselves right now. It's just going to bring up a lot of the stuff we don't probably want to see or deal with. Um, Hopefully not too much like monetary stuff, right? It is like a lot of this Taurus energy is kind of being amplified by this big conjunction of Jupiter and Uranus that we're going through right now, where who knows, well, who knows what could happen. That's life, day by day, that's life, but it's just like bigger with Jupiter here. It could be more benefic too. So that's the other side. Is I don't want to make it sound like this is a, terrible thing, but last time it happened wasn't a particularly beautiful, time to be alive back in the 1940s, early 1940s. There's a lot going on. There's a lot going on in our life now too. So we're all trying to figure out what's best, I think, for a collective, for ourselves. And I mean, on the bright side, this is something that could really show us our capacities and our deep desires and our urges and our wants for what is best for the collective. But I think we always got to come back, especially because it's Taurus season and we have a South Node in Libra. We don't want to focus everything on the external, the other, and all these balancing things right now, like North Node Aries, Mercury's with that North Node. We had an eclipse there. The only way to really further the collective, the only way to, just make things better for everybody is to really come back to ourselves and make sure that we're living our life the most authentically that we can, the best that we can. And I think just trying different ways, Aquarius is weird, Uranus is weird. There's just always these different things, but we can, really fixate and hone in on the alternative ways to get maybe the same result. So it's almost like there could be a high desire here to get something, but it's like doing something over and over again and getting the same result, but it's not the result you want to see. So there could be something big too, saying, hey, the only way to get that great result is to feel these deep feelings and to switch things up a little bit, to do things maybe that you didn't plan on doing, see coming, but it can feel kind of sticky with this fixed T square energy to Aquarius and to especially Pluto, which is like ultra sticky, right? It's obsessive, you know? You can almost be obsessed on changing things, making things better too, and maybe we need to just, because that's the other thing too, the release points Leo from this T square. There's nothing in Leo right now, but it is sort of the opposing energy of Pluto, and getting those squares too from the other fixed signs. Again, focus has to sort of be on our own happiness. How are we ever going to make everything better for everybody else and come into this beautiful alignment and harmony with people, place, or thing if we're not happy ourselves? If we don't feel good about ourselves, if we don't love ourselves, if we're not creating for ourselves, if we're not forging a life for ourselves, if we're not building something for ourselves, we're not relating well to ourselves. There's a song I love by oh gosh, Rainy Day Drive, I think. Rain Day Drive or Rain Drive or anyways, it doesn't really matter. I can't remember the artist name for some reason, but the song is called Talk to a Friend, but it's I wouldn't talk to a friend the way I talk to myself. It's a good thing that maybe is important for us all to hear sometimes, because I think we all at some point in our life do this, is we say things so negatively about ourselves or the things we've done and kind of like come down on ourselves, but like we would never say that to a good friend, right? We would come up with solutions or be there. We need to be there for ourselves right now and come up with like, really powerful, indulgent solutions, really potent solutions for ourselves. And the way to do that is by getting on, your steed, getting on your horse, riding into what's best for you, right? Making things yours. It is still Taurus season after all. A lot of energy, of course, in Aries. A lot of me energy, right? So it's good to remember to focus on that stuff. We still got the big Pisces energy with Saturn and Mars, the two malefics. And Mars is getting real close to Neptune, which is sort of it's making it harder on taking these actions. We can feel a little diluted. We could feel a little tired. It can feel like there's such this intensity deep within, but not enough energy to like actualize it or to make the change that maybe we want. And I think it's okay to again, we don't have to like force our way through anything right now. I think it's still Taurus season. Let's slow down, smell the roses. We can have these big desires, but it doesn't have to happen overnight. It doesn't have to happen right away. It doesn't have to happen this full moon. There's plenty of time to make changes, to make adjustments. And that could be where we could use Pluto really well in Aquarius, is all these little tweaks and adjustments will actually make for a better experience and a better experience with others, a better human experience in many ways with Aquarius. It is, the human of the zodiac, the water bearer. Oh my God. Sorry, buddy. Call you back. So it's important to really pay attention to what's opening up, how to use our energy. If we're feeling tired, we don't have to push ourselves to the brink of exhaustion. It's okay to pump the brakes a little bit right now. That's where some goodness can come. And I think that's where emotions can be felt, because we definitely don't want to pretend like what we're feeling, we're not feeling. This isn't a good full moon to bypass emotion or just say, no, I don't want to deal with that. Like, we should really deal with these things. If things need to be said, let's have the courage to say things that need to be said. Maybe it's things that need to be said to ourselves. Maybe it's things that need to be said to someone else. There could be big desires too, just to sorry, my window's open. It's such a nice day. I didn't want to close it. There could just be big desires for like some kind of, like, we want this Taurus energy. We want to feel so good, and we want this like sort of almost praise for it, like this big desire to feel like emotional satisfaction or support from someone else, from something else, from the world. And like, sure, that can happen. Of course, you could do something great and get praised for it today, but we don't need it, right? So this is like a day to really praise ourselves because the energy is so ramped up, and I think that the healing, and even on like the really like metaphysical side of it, the transformation of getting closer with our higher selves, our really internal sense of being, our souls. This is a where this is one of those full moons that is extremely powerful and potent, and it can be a little scary. Like Pluto brings a little bit like a fear factor to it. Scorpio kind of brings some of that too. Where like our biggest fears can feel like they're gonna come up. Um, I'll be honest, like a South Node in Libra with a full moon in Scorpio square Pluto, like I mean that does sort of have energy of like feeling betrayed by somebody, you know, feeling abandoned by somebody. Like there will be a breakup on this full moon somewhere in the world, right? And again, something you could say every day. There's billions of people on the planet. Somebody breaks up every day, but like this is like a recipe for a big explosion when it comes with our relationships and how we deal with people. And again, this is like how can you move forward from these things and to not talk bad on yourself, not talk bad on others, but to just know that if it didn't work, if it's not working, if things aren't working, it's not completely a reflection like that you're not working, that you're not worthy, right? No matter what is around us, we have to remember in these times, especially with these transits, that we got to uplift ourselves and know that we are worthy and we have the unique ability, a powerful unique ability to change our situations, circumstances, relationships, anything that we want. It's just what we want to put our passion into, our heart into, our soul into. And that's a lot of the Leo release too. Our heart, our passion, our love. What's really bringing out that energy and what isn't? We need to remember those things before we get so caught up in the things around us, some kind of, I'm better or this or that, or I'm going to do this, or you can't do this with me. Like, so what? These things happen in life, and this is a really good opportunity to be able to self-nurture, self-love, self-heal, go through the deep work. It could feel like there could be some shadow work today. There's a heaviness. There's also a really like in tune energy too that is just so in tune with your creative potential, with your soul. Could be really, really good too. So it's just about how we channel the energy today because the energy is intense. How are you going to use it? I think that's the biggest thing. And like going with the flow and the feelings and the emotions and then putting emotions into passion and love, uplifting ourselves, talking well to ourselves could have big repercussions. It could have big ripples into our futures and the reality that we're all creating, together as a collective, but also the individual reality, the big ripple effects. And today can really teach you and show you what needs to go, what needs to be eliminated, where there is no more magnetic attraction to this person, place, or thing. That's okay. Time to put that that magnetic energy and that just pure drive and energy and flow that you're in into the things that really look like they're going to work, they're going to uplift, they're going to empower and take you to the next level. But yeah, don't be surprised if today feels a little, not maybe the vibe. It's not what I would call easy astrology. So I wouldn't say, just a good old day, good old full moon for everybody. There's a lot going on. I think when this full moon exacts, it's going to be around like 4:30 Pacific time, PM. I think I'll be doing a live. I think I'll do sun signs during the build up to it. That might be a good way to spend the full moon. At least for me, it would. Being able to like try and channel that again for each sign, sun or rising, and do a little live like good old times. So I hope you join me for that later. I said tomorrow because I'm recording this on Monday, but today I think I'm gonna do that later. So join me. Got the 9 of Cups in reverse. You know me, I like to pull all those reverse cards. Well, I think we're right on the precipice of some really potent things. I think we're right on the precipice of like really coming together with really powerful people. People that really see life the way we do, feel life, intuit life the way we do. Maybe we're already seeing what those groups look like, but I feel like there's like little adjustments and like almost even like maybe one person around is like kind of throwing things off. Because there's like that, there's the one cut. It's like it could be a really good thing, but everybody looks a little worried. There's some gossip going on for sure. There's that cup on the ground. So there's definitely, I think, good energy. There could be good energy with people, but it's almost like someone's saying stuff behind the back, and there's some like weird gossip going on that we don't want to get so defensive about, right? And take it so personally and let our day get ruined because someone said something. Like, people say things every day. We don't have to take things so personal, no matter what they said, whether it's true or not true. You know? If other people decide to believe something, they decide to believe something. You can tell your truth all you want. People believe what they want to believe. People say what they want to say. There's something to that. We got to be really strong and centered in ourselves, just in life in general. This is astrology for like really thick skin. Like, honestly, it is. There's just so much people energy where people could be just, we're seeing relationships for what they really are, seeing people for what they really are. Can't let these things always get us, so twisted up and in such a bad place with ourselves because what somebody else does, feels, thinks, says has nothing to do with you. So I hope you have a great day. Try not to, I don't know, that card's just like, don't let people be the reason you're, don't let some gossip be the reason that your whole day is up in arms, because there's some deep healing, some metamorphosis with some really potent energy today, and it should be felt, and we want to handle that internally and not get so thrown off by something that doesn't really mean anything. Is it really you? Is it even your truth? Love you guys. I'll see you later. We'll do some sun and rising horoscopes. Much love. Peace.